gain I count but loss, and pour content on all my pride. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast, save in the death of Christ my God, of the vain things that charm me most, I sacrifice them to his blood.
J. Gresham Machen, devoted son, brilliant scholar, gifted preacher, tenacious defender of scriptural orthodoxy, a visionary leader for a new, true Presbyterian church, a man who left his mark on a church and a culture, disparaged in life, lauded in death. Journalist H.L. Mencken, who was no Christian himself, said of Machen that his biblical studies had been wide and deep, and he was familiar with the almost interminable literature of the subject. Moreover, he was an adept theologian and had a wealth of professional knowledge to support his ideas. During his life, Dr. Machen pioneered three great institutions: the Independent Board of Foreign Missions, Westminster Theological Seminary, and the Orthodox Presbyterian Church. On January 1st, 1937, Dr. Machen passed from this life to the next, dying of pneumonia while on a preaching trip to North Dakota. In the days that followed his death, the newborn Orthodox Presbyterian Church was thunderstruck. Machen's friend and colleague, Ned B. Stonehouse, wrote in the Presbyterian Guardian as follows: "The fact remains that to us he was a dearly beloved Christian brother whose life touched ours for good at 1,000 points. Indeed, he was far more than a brother to many of us. He was a father in Israel, and we have become orphans. The cry of our grieving hearts in these days has been, 'Our Father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof.' But God, who is so gracious to him, has not forsaken us." 17 years later, in 1954, Stonehouse published a carefully researched work entitled J. Gresham Machen, a Biographical Memoir. John Mather, historian of the Orthodox Presbyterian Church, writes of the impact of this book at the time of its publication. Within the Orthodox Presbyterian Church, the book was a great encouragement to its readers. One reader thanks Stonehouse for renewing my courage for the struggle to keep alive the Reformed faith. Another wrote that I am more determined than ever that I should, like Machen, seek the approval of God rather than men. One even confessed that the book helped him through a time of depression. Several ministers wrote to thank Stoney and said they were taking new heart and dedicating themselves anew to the proclamation and defense of the faith. In 2004, the Committee for the Historian of the Orthodox Presbyterian Church published the 50th anniversary edition of this edifying biography. And now our committee is pleased to offer an audio presentation of the 50th anniversary edition of J. Gresham Machen, a Biographical Memoir. The audiobook, as well as a Kindle version, are available through Amazon.com and Audible.com. Copies of the hardcover edition are available through our OPC bookstore on our denominational website at opc.org.
See from his head, his hands, his feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down. Did as such love and sorrow meet, or thorns composed so rich a crown? Would the whole realm of nature mine, that were a present far too small? Love so amazing, so divine, and so divine.